Yes, Horatio.
Oh, there he is. I know. It's because we're.
You know, I would, but I mean, don't give my seat away, but for I think 4. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. If you are able to come in at this time, we're just about to begin our service. Welcome, everyone, old members and new members, and everyone at home. We have a large number of people at the door, and so we're just going to wait a moment. As we're waiting, let me just share something with all of you that I think you might want to know. A rather wise man, well, actually wasn't all that wise, but he was a rather pleasant fellow, told me once that a Shabbat service, for really it to be a Shabbat service, has to have 3 things. It has to have Kedusha, holiness. It has to have Menucha, reflection. And it has to have Oneg. And I'm afraid to tell you that tonight's service is going to weigh a little bit more heavily on the Oneg part, as it is particularly special. Shabbat is always special. We'll have the Bruno Trio here with us. And for those of you who didn't know, tonight is our new member service. And we'll be paying close attention to them. They'll have a large part in the service. And we will also be paying great attention to a particular individual who has a lot to do with membership.
Perfect.
Up on the bima with me tonight, the rabbi could not be here, is Bethany Lineweber, our Director of Youth Education.
Hi.
Say hello.
Hi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Wow, this is
Happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. For those of you who are at home going to get popcorn at this time, we really do have quite a house coming in, and we really do want to wait for everyone to join us. I'll play you some background music while we wait.
Oh, you don't want me to sing?
Yes, we do. No, dance for us, Bethany.
I'm kidding.
Hi, Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. Good to see you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. Has everybody just about found their seats? I think we have reached a critical mass here.
I think so.
We began our service, this special service tonight, on page 10 of Mishkan Tefillah, which is what we are using tonight, with Hine Mato. Please, everyone, join with us.
We turn to page 6, and we will invite Mitchell Austin to come up and lead us in the English reading.
I think I'll take my mask off so you can hear. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves.
Thank you. And now we invite up Ilana and Mark Margolis for our candle lighting. It's on page 2 for those of you in the book. We're going backwards.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר קדשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להלך נר של שבת. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who houses us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Amen.
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 Okay, I'll make it.
And now we turn to page 7 and invite up Gail Perrer for the English reading.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasps of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide.
Please turn to page 20 and join us in Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Elikrat Allah. Shabbat.
page 26 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Please rise and turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu. Continue on page 32.
Tonight, as per request by someone who you will get to see a little later tonight, I'm going to do something a little different than we would for the Shema during our regular services. She thinks you'll like this. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Yisrael. Look at your handouts now. You see the lyrics for a song called Listen. You don't have to follow that direction, you can actually sing along. If you're lost, feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and listen with all your mind. Write them and learn them and teach them well every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself something to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way and listen. Listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen. Listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen.
Beautiful. I've never heard that version. And now we are going to invite Ari and Nancy Bordinger up for the Via Hafta and an English reading. You may be seated. Page 36.
ואהבת אדוני את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, וסיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
You should love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to deserve all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God, and I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim Emet.
And now we invite Debbie and Mike Rubin up to lead us in the responsive reading on page 39.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to do. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shore of the sea.
I wrote this version of Mi Chamocha for such an occasion. So if you will please bear with me. If you could, on the offbeat, clap with me. I'll show you. Ba, ba, ba. Keep going, no matter what I do. Otherwise, you'll sound like a washing machine.
Mi Chamocha, Baili Paratona, Mi Chamocha, Pedal Paratone, No Latei, Not Ose, Ekele, No Latei, Not Ose,
A lot of pressure there to make sure I was leading them properly with their claps. Not always good with that. On page 43, we invite Fern Rouleau. I hope I pronounced that right, that last name, Rouleau, up for our reading.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
The Hebrew of what Fern just read is just below, and we're about to sing this. This is what we call the Chatimah, or the closing blessing, or Hashivenu.
Baruch atah Adonai, haborech sukkah, shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Adonai haborech sukkah, shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
Now we invite Cindy Solomon to come up and read on page 44.
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
Everyone at the top of the page.
Please rise and turn to page 46 and join us in Tefillah.
That my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu 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 Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Nayag, Elohei Nachel, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor VeHaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, Ve'zochen Chasdei Avot Ve'imachot, Monei Di Geulah, Limenu lehem leman shemo beyava Melech chozer Moshiach u'magen Baruch atah Adonai Panei Avraham Bezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechael hakol atah Lehoshia Mechalkecha נשפני ומחייב עוד מציע בישוע ונאמן נתן להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני וחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated, and we invite Yaja Brown up for the reading on page 56.
Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all, who called, turned lovingly to your service, pour out your Spirit upon us.
Adonai Eloheinu, Anta Yisrael, O tefila be'ahava tekabel, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו
We now invite up Jan Wallace to lead us in a reading on page 59.
When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemecha u'lecha na'eh lechodot.
Amen. Amen. We continue on page 60 with a prayer for peace. It's no accident that we sing Shalom Rav on Friday and we sing Sim Shalom on Saturday morning, both prayers for peace, as we know now and at all times that we can never ask for enough of that. Please join with me.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Le'alam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Le'alam. Baruch atah Adonai, Osrei
We pause in our service at this time, as we do every week, to send out a prayer for healing and Mishaberach to those who are near and dear to us. This week we remember those who are ill: Jay Berkowitz, Brian Berger, Norm Bernard, Marcia Dubrin, Charlotte Green, Elizabeth Lenahan, Diane Rose, Ruvain Fisher Ben Sarah, Lee Silverstein, Arnold Spitalny, and Adam Swerdlow. Since we have a nice large house tonight, if there is anyone who is near and dear to you, whose life touches you, for whom a prayer for refuah shlema, a prayer for complete healing, haguf, the body, the spirit, the mind, you'd benefit from that, please, all at once, just mention their name. Toda Rabah. You will find the Mishaberach on either the inside cover of our Siddur or the outside cover of our Siddur, or if there's another cover of our Siddur, I'm sure it's there. Please take a moment to silence. And now, for a few very, very special words from Andrea Eifert, Bethany Lineweber, and Laura Friedman. I will have you know, I don't mean to interrupt, but I have been asked.
Yeah. Come on up.
Okay. Well, okay, yes. Don't push me off. Okay. A dear message for Alana. President, Vice President, countless committees and committee chairs, oh so many dinner hostings, gift organizer, advertising and donation seeker, and all around Temple Sinai cheerleader, that is Alana Margolis. Yes. She has worn many hats through the years, welcoming newcomers, wishing speedy recoveries, congratulating successes and joyous simchas, volunteering wherever and whenever the need may arise. Her support of all things GON, while serving as a member of our GON committee, have been greatly appreciated and truly valued. Please tell me you will continue on our committee.
Most definitely, I'm wondering.
Okay. I have witnesses. And with all this being said, the best role I have seen her play is the role of friend. From the first time we met many years ago, Alana was warm and welcoming. She wanted to get to know me, my family. She made a connection that was and is endearing and rings true. All of these charming character traits are what has made her such a beloved Temple member that embodies what Sinai boasts to be in our community, as well as being a good friend to us all. And so, whether she is on the Temple board or not, I feel fortunate to be able to continue to call Alana my dear friend and a friend of Temple Sinai.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a hard act to follow. And I don't have any words that can express any more than what Laura already said, except for I just find you to be an incredibly supportive, wonderful, passionate human being and friend to Temple Sinai and friend to all of us. I think everybody here would say you've been an amazing friend to all of us. And I want to thank you for everything, and we have a gift for you. All the things you love. Including M&Ms.
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 Membership
Membership
more members.
matters.
Yeah.
And also some Mickey stuff in there.
Okay,
So
great. Oh
that's
my
for
God.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So I couldn't help myself. I felt like I needed to do a little Torah. In this week's Parsha, Shmini, we read about the consecration of the tabernacle. When I read that, I felt the need to Google consecration of the tabernacle, and when I Googled it, I found this. The process of the priest's consecration is a threshold moment in the creation of a class society. An ordinary individual is turned into a priest. They are extracted from their day-to-day life, anointed and told to remain in the tabernacle for 7 days, during which they are essentially becoming one of its vessels. Okay, so guess what I Googled next? Becomes one of its vessels. To this I found, what does it mean for a person to be a vessel? A person who has a particular quality or who is used for a particular purpose. Ah, there it was. Some of you may have heard me say how much I love studying Torah, because every time you read it, you learn something new, and somehow it connects to what's going on in your life at that moment. Ilana wasn't quite consecrated to the temple or made a priest, though often extracted from her day-to-day life to be here, and definitely essential. But what really struck me when thinking about Ilana becomes one of its vessels, someone used for a particular purpose. That is Ilana. Her purpose is to help Temple Sinai be the best it can be, to grow it, nurture it, and spread her love for Judaism and Temple Sinai into our community. You have so much purpose here at Temple Sinai. You are our essential vessel. And so we have a leaf for you for the Tree of Life. It reads, Membership Matters. Thank you, Ilana Margolis, for your hard work and dedication to Temple Sinai. And we have that you can read later. I'm not going to go into detail, but we made you a tribute book, which has lots of lovely messages and pictures from all the years you have done so much for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Andrea.
Alana had asked me if I would do a blessing for the new members. And then I started thinking, after looking at all the potential possibilities, what the best thing might be. And I realized that the blessing that made the most sense to me had to do with Alana. This is my 2 cents if you haven't figured that out. The idea of this blessing that we're going to do is not just for the new folks, but rather the idea of making everything seem new. Alana made everything seem new. I have not enough words to describe my friendship and my association with her, but those of you who are out here who are new members, those of you who are here for the longest time, feel that newness because of this individual here. And so, if Bethany will come on up, we're going to do the priestly benediction, and Bethany is going to read the English as soon as she has it in her hand.
I don't have it, actually.
You have it?
I do not.
I will do it.
Sorry.
You ready? Yes. Don't cry. All right. May God bless you and keep you. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. May God reach out to you in tenderness and give you peace. And now, Alana is going to give you some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our new members and guests that are here tonight, and those watching in the comfort of their own homes. And I was going to say a shout out to Cindy, who came all the way from New Hampshire to celebrate with me, because I was going to say you on TV. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you goes out to Bethany Lineweber for helping with this service tonight, and of course, Hazan Abramson for adding some of my special melodies, the Bruno Trio, for your wonderful music as well. Thank you to our new members, the Browns, for adding the beauty of their lovely flowers this evening to our bima. Thank you so much, Bethany, Laura, and Andrea, for pulling together our COVID-friendly welcome reception. A special thank you goes out to our greeters, our ushers, our hosts, and ambassadors for this evening at Temple Sinai. We value our volunteers. Thank you also goes to all the new members who have participated, have or will have an honor, or for just being here. I must thank Andrea, Bethany, Laura, and Hazan for their kind words this evening about me. I usually don't like much fuss made over me, but thank you, Cliff, also for your special prayer, who has been a great friend for many years, supported Mark and I through our difficult medical times, and for those lovely red flowers you and Jamie sent me this morning. As I look around at our beautiful sanctuary, I see Gwen Baseman, who first asked me to join the board, maybe 2006, 2007, I really don't remember. But being such a big board, I was a little intimidated, but I stayed. Then I met Rabbi Hunting, who was a special friend and counselor now, but asked me in 2010 to help Laurie Lakowitzer to be co-president. Times were tough, but we worked hard with our board successfully navigating those difficult times. I went to Washington, D.C. with Rabbi and Sue Hunting and Hazan for the URJ biennial. Wow, what an awesome experience. It still stays with me all these years later. And when our term was over, I stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed. And here I am, 10 years later, but I've enjoyed it all. I know our senior staff definitely has made Temple Sinai a very special place. From the Early Learning Center, who is led by Laura Freeman, she has put the God on the map. We have a continual waiting list. She has touched many of our younger students and their parents with their first taste of Judaism. Our religious school director, and much more, Bethany Lineweber, provides our students from kindergarten to the 12th grade with innovative teaching about their Judaism for the students as well as their parents. Andrea Eifert, who has done a terrific job with our adult learning programs and our special programs, always ready to help me make flyers. And over my tenure, I've worked with many presidents. But my favorite was Mark Richmond, of blessed memory. My beloved friend, how I miss you. He never said no to me. Whatever I asked for, Mark said yes, yes. So as a wise woman has said, it takes a village, and our temple really takes that to heart. A special thank you to my husband, Mark, of almost 50 years, who's put up with me throughout this journey and has been an active participant in all my activities here at Temple Sinai.
This vice presidency has been a labor of love. I never did think of it as a job. It has given Mark and I an avenue to meet so many new people. I even developed some skills that I did not know I had. I'm going out with a great group, with a great group. These new members, friendly, welcoming, and caring, all now call themselves Temple Sinai members. I will still be around on committees. I serve on this committee, that committee, and I'll do other volunteer jobs. I think Bethany already has something lined up for me. But this is a special place, and I love my volunteer jobs here at Temple Sinai, our special place. I need to really get to the announcements. Some of the things going on, please look at our website for more info. But on Monday, March 28th, the Sinai Solos are having an in-person luncheon. Contact Laurie Lakowitzer or myself. The Men's Club on Sunday, April 3rd, will register online or call Pearl Perlinsky with a guest speaker, the mayor of the city of Bowie, oh my gosh, Sarasota. Bowie, I haven't lived there in 18 years, my God. Woo. On Thursday, April the 7th, the Women of Sinai installation, please sign up online or contact Peggy Miller. There will be a guest speaker, deadline is March 30th. Let's be supportive of Laurie Crichton and all try and make that installation. On Saturday night, April the 9th, there will be a wonderful Perlman concert here at Temple. Look on the website for more information. And finally, our Temple-wide Seder will be Friday, April 15th. It's limited to 100 people outside in our atrium. Please register online or reach out to Andrea. Deadline, April the 4th. And save the date for our annual congregational meeting, May 1st at 9:30. So as your vice president for the membership for the past 8 years, I leave you with a few wise words. Please take the time to say hello to all, members, new members, guests. Sit with them, make them feel welcome, and even ask them out to dinner. Perhaps we can make membership the heart of this temple. Membership should matter to all of us. May our voices that sang and prayed tonight on this Shabbat be the voices of kindness and truth. Shabbat Shalom.
We're going to continue our service on the back of your book. It should be in there. It's the Aleinu, back inside cover. Did somebody say 282? Or 282? I don't know if it's the right version.
Alleluia, לשנות נתון הכל, לתת תלוואי עושה בראשית, שנתן לרקונת אמת לפעילי עולם, נתן בתוכנו, ואנחנו קוראים, ומשתפנים ומדים, לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר וידבר למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא
We take time in our service now to remember those who have been taken from us in recent days. In the period of Shiva, we remember Amy Hahn and Moshe Horowitz. For those who are in the period of Shloshim, we remember Harvey Roy Greenbaum, Martin Krumholtz, Brian A. Linhart, Adine Moll, and Marilyn Scharf. And of course, this Shabbat may be the anniversary of a yahrzeit. And so we remember Celia Bagoff, Mark Burdett, Doris Bush, Eleanor Dubin, Louis Fox, Rosalind Gelbert, Wendy Good, Leah W. Goodman, Clara Hirschfeld, Patricia Ann Kaufman, Rose Brian Kubi, Abraham Moses Lee, Samantha Levinson, Adam Stewart Linhart, Goldie Malik, Jesse Muse, Richard Muse, Philip Rabach, May Katz Rose, Eric David Ross, Rose Sokoloff, Lawrence Steinberg, Bernice Volk, Jerry Weiner, Edna Weisblum, and Gertrude Zingerman. The Kaddish is our obligation and our right. It is really our heritage. When we say Kaddish not just for ourselves. We say Kaddish for those also who may never have had anyone say Kaddish for them at the time of their passing. And so we remember all these as we rise tonight to say Kaddish for them.
Page 294.
294, thank you.
Sorry.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash meraba ve'alma divrach yirutei ve'yamlich malchutei ve'chayechon lo ve'yomechon ve'chayed kol beit Yisrael ba'agalav izban kari ve'yimeru amen. Yehei shmei rabam ve'varach le'olam ol me'almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpoar ve'yitromam ve'yitnasei Litadar, Litalevi, Talal, Shemeir, Butsha, Brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush bechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'yimeru, Amen. Yehei shlamara, min shamaya, V'chim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, Amen. Osei shalom b'mirma, Hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Amen. Please be seated.
And now, well, if you're a new member, don't be seated. If you're a new member, and all of our new members, which is, of course, those that have had a part this evening, and for those of you that know that you are new to Temple Sinai, please come up and you're going to lead us in the Kiddush and Motzi. And we're going to have you play rock, paper, scissors for who's going to hold the cup. I'm just kidding. Sharon, you can take the cup. Thank you. Oh, it is on the back of the handout. The one with the listen is our Kiddush and Motzi, to make that easy for you. Borei Peri Hagafen, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Kitshanu b'mitzvotav b'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahava u'ratzon, hinilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila Lemikra Kodesh, Zecher Etziah, Mitzrayim, Gilanu Achata, V'chanu Kidasha, Mikol Ha'amim, V'shabat Kodesh,
inhaltahu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hasalam.
And now if you'll lift up the challah cover and lead us in the motzi. Hamotzi lechem haaretz. And before we do our closing song, I just want to remember all of you that are up here right now, we would love at the end of the service for you to come back up so we can get a beautiful picture. So we're going to ask that you just hang for one extra minute so we can get a picture at the end of service. Thank you. You may be seated.
Yes, that will be the end of the service.
It's almost. Page 322, Chazan is going to lead us in Ein Keloheinu.
Before we do the final hymn, I just would like to thank everyone. There are just too many people to thank, but of course, thank you to Bethany and to Laura and to Laura, to
Andrea.
To Andrea and Laura, and of course to Alana, and of course my friends, the Bruno Trio, and to all of you for being here with us tonight to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Our last song tonight is a temple tradition. For those of you who already know what we do, feel free to rise and join those people who you do what we do. For those of you who don't know, we sometimes get together and we sway to this final psalm, final blessing, which is my blessing to all of you. Shiro Adonai, Shiro Shir Chadash, Shiro Adonai Kol Haaretz, which for me means, may you find newness in everything that you do. Please, please join the reading. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
New members, reminding you, just come up for a real quick picture. Gail Glickman. Gail, are you able to take it? Good.
You know what? Let us know so we can take the mask